So it should be 9.29-ish, right? Is that what you got? And what does T represent again? The time. Look over there. It's the time in years.
So it's 9
It's
years.
the time in years. So a little bit more than 9 years. Wouldn't that be awesome if I could triple my money in 9 years?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So I've been teaching for 28, which is almost 27, and if I tripled my money every 9 years.
But then it you gotta
You'd have
add
$10.
more to that.
$10.
You get $10 in your teacher.
Anyway, so that's the compound interest one. Then I want to go to example 3. The half-life of carbon-14 is 5,730. That means after 5,730 years, we have half of the original amount of radiation. So it says there, how much of a 10 milligram sample would remain after 4,500 years? How much, what we start with is the N0, 10 milligrams. How much of it would remain after 4,500 years? So obviously, which one are we looking for? Which formula? The half-life one. And of course, you're going to write that down, right? It says for the half-life, N equals N0, 1/2 T over H. So let's plug everything in and see what happens. I have N equals, what's N0? That's what I start with. Can I change this to a 0.5? It's easier on my calculator. What's T? That's the time. 4,500, of course, you're going to carry the units with. And what's the H? 5,730 years. So do you notice right here the years cancel, which is what you wanted to do? Always, I have people that make the following mistake. They multiply these two together first. Half of 10 is 5. Remember the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally? Exponents come first, and then multiplying. That means you have to do this exponent before you multiply those two. Otherwise, this number that doesn't have an exponent, if you multiply these two together and then raise it, that means you put that exponent to the 10 as well, and it's not supposed to be, right? So you have to do this first. N equals 10 milligrams. What is, well, let's divide that out first. What is 4,500 divided by 5,730? Do you get something like 0.785340314? And that's why we practiced yesterday raising a decimal up to that power. So you have to raise 0.5 to the 0.7853400314 power. I got this. 5802 and then a bunch of other decimal places. And if you multiply it by 10, that's like moving it over one place. So I have about 5.8 milligrams left. Is that what you have left?
Yeah.
Great. Now, the last one. Do you have questions so far, by the way? The last one, example 2, I want to do. A certain bacteria doubles in size every 12 hours. It doubles in size. That's the doubling time. Every 12 hours. We want to know how much of a sample, by how much will it grow in 2 days? By how much will it grow in 2 days? Would you agree that's going to be the doubling time formula? N0 times, it's 2 to the T over D power. So let's plug in what we know. I don't know what N0 is. It doesn't tell you how much you start with, right? It's 2 raised to the, what's T? 2 days, divided by the doubling time is 12 hours. Do you see why I wanted you to carry your units through? Those units don't cancel, do they?
No. So do you have to do 48 hours?
You would. Whatever you do, and you wouldn't have to do 48 hours, you could change this 2 days. 2 days is equal to 48 hours. You also could change them both to days. This would be a half a day. It doesn't matter as long as these are the same and you can cancel them, right? So now I have n equals n0 times 2 to the fourth. Right, to the fourth. 48 divided by 12 is 4. What is 2 to the fourth? Because remember, we have to do the exponent first. Right. Now, the problem asks us, by how much will it grow? By how much will it grow? It'll grow by 16 times the original amount. That's all you're going to be able to say for this one. That's all you'll be able to say. It'll grow by 16 times the original. Make sense? One thing I wanted to mention that I didn't about the rounding, the sooner you round in a problem, the farther off your answer is going to be. So if I start rounding this to like 0.01, 0.01, these are going to both be the same. 0.47, 0.48. So don't round in the problem till the very end, and that's how you'll get the most accurate answer. Got it? Do you have questions? Are there any questions? Does anyone have a question?
Or is there no assignment?
There is an assignment. You're good, Brock.